Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Labor Day. 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 I know that's not the song, but that's what I felt like. How are you today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's just a quick pop in to wish you a happy Labor Day and to encourage you to take the day off. Maybe your laundry has been piling up because you've been working really hard or you want to clean the house. If you want to, do it, but please give yourself a chance to stop and smell the roses. Looks like the weather's going to be nice today. It's a beautiful sunny day. It doesn't feel too humid outside. And it's an opportunity for you to take that special someone, cuddle next to them, especially if they don't have to work either, and celebrate the fact that there's a day to celebrate Labor Day. But that's what I'm here to chat with you really quickly. That's what I wanted to talk to you about really briefly. And just wanted to give you guys a couple of reminders so that you could be thinking about, you could kind of be thinking about what you want to do, there's some things happening that are going on with me. One of them is that I have a new book out and it is in pre-sale. It's called Whispering Chord. I did not write it. I illustrated it. Okay. And that is in the series of children's books. You may remember Giggling Pumpkins, which came out a few years ago. These are now book 1 and 2. See? 1, 2. And right now we're having a pre-sale for this book right here. Now, if you didn't get this book right here and you want it with this book, ordering this book during the pre-sale, you just email me, text me, message me, and tell me you want this book as well. So don't go to the site and try to buy this book because I only have a few first editions left and they're much more expensive than this book. So this book is in pre-sale, $18 a book. Yes, until September 15th. And all you have to do is email me, write to me. You can go to my website, click on contact me and do it there. That's probably the easiest. Or if you know my email, which is TiggerTerri@gmail, be sure to spell Tigger right and Terry right, please, 2 R's and 2 G's. You'd be surprised. And but if you want this book, there's a special now. The holidays are coming, so I do have a special 10 book deal at $17 a book. Okay, as long as you do it before September 15th. If you want 10 books and you need to ship them, you need to contact me because I have not put shipping on there simply because most of the people ordering 10 books right now are picking them up for me. Why? Because I'm traveling. Traveling is happening. So the books will be available October 1 and for you to have. And I am going to be appearing in some places. I'm going to be at the Disneyana show and sale the first weekend in October. I believe it's the first weekend. Anyway, it's the 7th and 8th. I'm going to be there. So if you're coming to that event, you can pick up your books then. That's 1 book or 10 books, but you can save yourself the shipping charge. So just click pick up if you want to buy it, but I just want you to know that if you want it, then you need to go to my website, you need to click on it, and you need to, do that. I see, Jenny, that you're there. Hey, girl! And if you want the book, just put pick up, and we're going to get together because I've got a little, corner of my room that's got stuff for you in the corner. So just add the book to that if you want to buy it. Just pay the base price and say pick up because we are going to get together at some point here. So, do that. So if you want to do that, I just want you to know September 15 is the cutoff date and I have no power in that cutoff date. So that's why I want you guys to take advantage of that if you can. Now, afterwards, it's only $20 a book, and that's pretty nice for a nice hardbound children's picture book with my art in it. They're very beautifully bound. They're very beautifully done. That's because the author, Lynette Eklund, and I want this book to be of quality. Whoops, sorry. There's tons of potential. There's so many things we're going to be doing with this book to make it available to so many people in a multitude of ways. But I digress. This is a prototype. So Whispering Corn is a little different on the book cover. And then these pictures are a little softer. Right now, they're a little bit intense to me, but this is just to give you an idea. It's fun. It's lovely. It's, the second book here. Giggling Pumpkins was first. I've illustrated both of them. Lynette's written both of them. And there will be a third one at some point in our lives and all kinds of good stuff that is tied to them. Because here's the thing, guys, when you write your first book, or you do your first book, I shouldn't say write. Oh, well, yes, I should say, but when you create, let's say it that way, you create your first book, then people kind of take notice. But when you create your second book, they go, wow, this person might be a little bit serious about this. And the third book will be like, wow. So we're getting a lot of attention with this book because of this book. Does that make sense? Anyway, 15th, September 15th is the deadline date. And I really, really encourage you, go to my website, terrihardin.com, TERRIHARDIN. I can put it up if you want me to, so that you can just do a little screen capture. So let me pop that up for you. This is my website, www.terrihardin.com, so that you can go there, click on online store. It'll take you directly to the front page, which has my book and pins and all kinds of cool stuff. If you're interested in seeing what else is there, search around. The holidays are coming, and know that 10 books are $17 a book. There is a set on that page, on my store page, that is a set of 10. So all you have to do is click on that, and it's me smiling like this, but the book is backwards because I took a selfie. That's me and cameras and technology. Just with a grain of salt, right? Just with a grain of salt. So that was one of the announcements I wanted to tell you. I also wanted to tell you that in October, I will be in Mississippi, not for the entire time of October. That would be insane. But not because of Mississippi, but because October is my busiest month. And as you know, pumpkins, they are coming. But I will give you a little preview. If you're going to be, if you live near Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, all those fun-filled places, Texas even, and you want to pop over and say hello to me, I'll be giving you those dates as soon as I know. So that's just a little heads up on that. And yeah, so this is lots going on. Today I'm going to rest. I think that that's the main reason I wanted to pop in and talk to you today, was to encourage you to relax during, to take it easy on labor. Do fun stuff on your Labor Day. I understand that there's all kinds of things you may need to do because maybe your work week has been a bit crazy, but just save some time for yourself and watch a good film. I also want to let you know that if you have not joined the Patreon page, I had a bit of an epiphany the other day and I want to share it with you. Here's where you go to join Terri's tribe, patreon.com/TerriHardin for just $5 a month. And you can pop in for a month and check and see if you like it. And if you don't, hey, go with God, all my love. It's not about me having, there are times I get angry and irritated. Okay. Just say this latest Snow White, and it brings kind of the beast out of me. So I'm not perfect. I'm human, like everyone else is human. But I will say that most of the time, I'd say 90% of the time, I'm happy. And one of the reasons is this page. It is definitely part of it. And I would love for you to be a part of it. One of the secrets to longevity, I was talking with the tribe today. One of the secrets to longevity is the fact that you have a sense of purpose in your life, that you're with people that help you feel happy, creative, and and exuberant, maybe, but a group that you can actually talk about when you're not feeling like that. And also just having that you're doing, that you're learning, that your spirit, it's like a spiritual not indulgence, a spiritual commitment. And that doesn't necessarily mean God. If you're someone who doesn't believe in God, that's your business. I do. That's different, not the conversation here. All right. But what I am saying is that there is a show called 100 How to Live to 100 Years Anywhere in the World, and it's on Netflix, and I encourage you to watch it. I started watching it yesterday. That's my Labor Day, is to sit and watch that today. The reason I'm telling you about it is that I discovered that that's my Patreon page. My Patreon page is chock full of people who have purposeful, joyful lives and share it with each other at a time when the world seems to be, in some cases, ripping itself apart. Angry, angry, angry. And that is not healthy, is it? And a way to stay healthy is to be with people who bring you joy and make you laugh, and a group that really feels good when you're together. And this is this tribe. So I want to encourage you to take that $5, and even if it's a jar by your door, a quarter a day, you're going to have that money to pay for it, so you can take a peek in and see what we're about. I really, really encourage you to do that. The reason I keep it at $5 is because I want everyone to have the opportunity to be a part of such a wonderful thing. It is not, it is my fault for creating the page. I will take full responsibility for that, but it is not my fault for how wonderful it is becoming. I am a cog in a group of wonderful people, as those people make it better and better every single day. And I say your voice needs to be heard. So please, give it a thought, or at least give it a look. Okay. I'm thinking of talking a little bit. I'm going to post today and talk a little bit about my page so people can better understand what the purpose of it is, because the purpose changes. It's like your website. Your website is never really done. It's always in flux. And I find that if you're an artist who's very, very busy, your website is borderline. It's like old and clunky sometimes, or not up to date, unless you have someone designing it and being up to date on it as they follow you, which I do not. But I'm very busy. I'm very, very blessed to have a lot going on in my life. And it's full of people. And one of the things that goes on in my life is the page where I talk to people about how to become an Imagineer, or we just talk about what do you do in a certain situation when you're feeling a certain way. And it's about people getting together and laughing and carrying on, and purposefully taking care of each other at a time when I see a lot of people do not. So again, I encourage you to come check it out. I don't do full subscriptions yet. I am a Patreon ambassador, and many of a Patreon right now is suggesting that you do full year subscriptions. But I don't know about you, and I'm not saying Patreon is this way, because Patreon is a great platform. And if you haven't experienced it, you need to. Whether you join me, or whether you become a creator, or whether you follow others. But I do have to tell you that I've had some challenges with when I subscribe to something. Sometimes it's hard to unsubscribe. So rather than force people to do it for a year, and the ambassadors are working with me, I'm not completely closed to the year subscription, because for some of you, this might be a lot easier on you. But we will be talking about it, and seeing if people want to do the year. I don't know. But the good thing about, monthly, is that you can go for a month, test it out, see if you like it, and then decide, and it's as easy as saying, not for me, or yeah, for me, but I think this is better for you. Even at $5 a month, where I do it because you got to have skin in the game. I come to the table wanting to celebrate and give to you, and this is a way to keep this channel flowing, and also bring me to the table on the Patreon page. That makes sense in the tribe. It just keeps me accountable, holds me accountable. That's what it does. Honestly, that's what it does. So I wanted to share that with you today, because I realized that it's a page. The tribe is a group of people that really helps you to live your best life. They really, really do. And I'm happy to say we really, really do. So please consider it. No forces, no pushes, no boom, 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 you got to do it, nothing like that. Just an encouragement, because I want to hear your voice as much as I think you would like to hear mine. And there's a lot more in-depth discussion and we have a Zoom call every week. So we're live, and that is at the base level. There's other portals as well, but at the base level, you are always welcome to join us. It's not nothing is that Zoom call is not closed to the higher levels. It's not exclusive to the higher levels, um, because that's what you guys have all asked for. That's the number one thing that you wanted from the page. So that's what you get. Yep, that's it. Oh, let's see how are you spending your Labor Day? How are you feeling? Like I said, Jenny, my love, good to see you. It's a rare time that I get to see you. And we have all these wonderful friends that we have, and we think about them a lot, but the communication sometimes as artists, we've got stuff. Yay, we have stuff. But yeah, so the book, I've got the Rolly Crump chess set that I'm still working to get out in October, at least the pre-sale. Yeah. And I have this bit of sinus. You may have noticed that. And occasionally I'm grabbing a Kleenex and doing this. This is because it is a reaction to a steroid that they gave me to fight COVID. COVID is long gone in the rearview mirror. Can't even see it anymore, but this stays. And I have to tell you that I have had some challenges trying to find an acupuncturist I think that could kick me over. I'm like 90% in a good place with this sinus thing, and 10% needs to come from, I think, an acupuncturist. I had the same challenge when I injured my foot during a race. It wasn't a race, it was training for a Disney race, Run Disney stuff. I was training for it and injured my foot. And I was doing other races as well. And just, so yeah. In any case, I'm making lemonade out of lemons, and it's becoming more of a challenge than I thought it would be. But one of the acupuncturists who could not take me this week said that try this new homeopathic nasal spray that might help the swelling. It kind of addresses the membranes, which is the deal. I sleep through the night beautifully, and then the minute I get up, they swell up. So I'm trying to find out what it's. I think it's the steroid. All I can think of when I was in the hospital, they gave me steroids. This is years ago. I think it was in my 30s, and they gave me steroids, and it took over a year to get my body back in shape because the steroids just linger in your body for a long, long time, and it really does. If you're someone who has trouble with them, which is me, it really does linger. So I just have to be patient and not get frustrated. But it is cramping my style on some of the things like sculpting because I need both of my hands to sculpt. And it's really hard to sculpt when you have your nose like this and you're trying to do one hand. It just doesn't work. And also, at my best in sculpting, I'm ambidextrous. I noticed with the project I was doing yesterday that I'm not quite ready to tell you all about. I told the people on my Patreon page, but I'm not quite ready to share it with you yet. But I will next week. And I meant to tell the people on my Patreon page that I'm not available on Friday. I'm going to be busy, but I might do a quick pop in for you guys. But I'm going to be busy, so stay tuned, okay? But Friday I won't be broadcasting. I'll let you know. If I won't be, but then if I can, I will. All right. I'll do something if I can. Okay. I always try to, but that usually I do a pre-recorded thing on Friday for the public. And that is because there's lots that needs to be done for me as an artist. I'm happy to say life is good and I'm very busy, which is one of the reasons for the Patreon page saying $5, because I always make sure I don't miss that as often as I can. I'm not perfect. I'm human. So there are times I can't do it, but definitely as much as I can, I do it. So Janny is with the tribe and she's an amazing artist. In fact, this painting here, right here, which you're just getting a slight glimpse with that little reflective doodad there, she painted this for me and sent it to me. So it's absolutely gorgeous. And it's lovely to come and look at it every day and know that Janny did it because she's quite good. You are, you are, Jenny. So thank you for joining me today. Hello there. Oh my gosh. It is wonderful. Hello, Jenna. How nice of you to pop in. This is wonderful. So nice to see you. Glad I'm over COVID. Yeah, me too. I wish I'd never gotten it. Don't we all? This last one was so tough. But it's in the rearview mirror. It's gone. It's history. I can't even see it anymore. It is that far back. But this steroid thing is a challenge for me. So thanks to one of the acupuncturists that I called to see if they could take me, she said, you know what might help your sinuses is to try this homeopathic, non, I forget what she said. All natural. That's what she said. And I was grateful to her to add that extra, but she's very, very busy. So she's not sure. I'm going to email her some information on me, and maybe the week after this week she can see me. But meanwhile, I may try another acupuncturist, or I may just go to the first one and pay her. So I just got to figure it out because I know it's the solution. And the itchy, tired eyes that make you sleepy, that doesn't help when you're trying to get stuff done either. So today I'm going to indulge in taking it easy. I think I'm going to sit on the porch and let my little dog run back and forth in my yard and bark at nothing, or at who she thinks is coming down the way. Or it could be like, is it 101 Dalmatians that has the doggy communication system? Been a while since I've seen it, but I think they all communicate with each other to find out where the puppies are. So I believe that's what Rocket does. She actually, when she barks, you'll hear one place, and you'll hear, besides the dogs that are walking back and forth in front of our home, she does bark, and then the dog that lives across the street from us, who is in the backyard, he barks, and then Bella, who lives a couple houses down, if she's in the window and the window is open, she barks. And then we have little Nike that's down the street, across the street, a couple houses to the other direction. He barks with his colleague Cody. They bark. So it's so she appears that she's barking at nothing when actually they are communicating from their various areas, even if they're not going out on a walk. So today she is because of the situation with my sinus and my inability to do some things, she hasn't gotten to I go out and allow her to run around. And yesterday I gave that to her because she was starting to feel I think she was starting to feel like she didn't get that enough. She got out one time when my husband was watching her, and so he always puts her on a leash, and it's not mom lets her out and just watches her. I study animals whenever I can. And a lot of years ago, I used to sculpt for the World Wildlife Foundation charity to help them to raise money. And I studied elephants, and I found out that the reason an elephant, many elephants aren't in captivity anymore. They don't do elephant shows, nor do many do elephant rides, because many said that it wasn't good for the elephant. I'm not sure in some cases if that's true or not. I do know when I was at the San Diego Zoo, they seem to treat the elephant who did the elephant rides very, very well. But I wasn't behind the scenes. But I can remember when I went, I wanted to see an elephant because I'd sculpted an elephant. And for me, I can learn through it from books and videos and pictures and stuff. But what really helps me to kick it over the side is to get to meet and stand and interact with an actual elephant. And I thought at the time, and this is about 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, time flies when you're having fun. And I went to San Diego Zoo, the San Diego Wild Animal Park, actually. And I went early to meet with the person who is the handler for the elephant. You ride in a circle, you ride a little bit. It's nothing huge in it. But I asked if there was a time that the elephant was taking a break and might I have the opportunity to interact with the elephant. I was willing to pay for it. I was willing to donate. I was willing, whatever it takes. I've got to sculpt an elephant. So to be able to interact with an elephant would be really, really good. And so the curator of that allowed me to be there. The elephant wrapped its trunk around my arm. I was able to feel the dexterity and the strength in the trunk of an elephant. I got to take a close up look at the feet. I got to scratch behind the ear. I got to see into the eyes. And this elephant appeared to me to be very, very content and happy. And that goes through the body when you have that connection. And then when you're able to create that in art, that is what makes your piece extra special because you have that special connection. So I try very hard if I'm doing animals and I'm working on animals to interact with the animal. And besides, it's really fun. I mean, come on. But the skin felt a certain way, and it was a wonderful experience, which you cannot have anymore because they let the elephants, they no longer do that, nor do they do an elephant show. You know, circuses don't do that anymore because they felt that this could be abusive of the elephants. But my point is, and this is me, I go off on this track, and you're like, what does this have to do with Rocket not getting out of the fence? Here it comes. Are you ready? Um, an elephant, when they're young, is staked to a pole, and the little young elephant tries to get that pole that has a little rope or whatever to it, has a rope with their foot or a chain or something. This is back before. Now I don't think that many elephants are in captivity like this anymore. But at the San Diego Wild Animal Park, they were always really good with them. I have to tell you, if someone was going to treat them well during their show. And sometimes there are animals that have a purpose. I mean, I can't speak for the elephant, but I do know that if you have certain dogs, if you don't give that dog a purpose, you're going to have real problems with that animal. Many animals need a job, and it's your business, if you're going to have a dog, to know which dogs need a job. So basically, I think these elephants enjoyed having a job. Um, Point being that I studied elephants again because I was sculpting them. So I tried to find everything I knew and spoke to as many handlers. Wild Animal Park was a great place to learn about certain species of animals, a lot of them, because I think they really do it right out there. Anyway, they had these elephants that did these elephant shows, and again, I sat and talked with one of the curators there, and I came to find out that when an elephant is young, they tie them to this pole and they can't get out. They can't make that pole go away. So when they're big, their brain tells them they still can't pull that pole out. Even though they're bigger, they don't make the connection. All right. And so there's a good stake, but it's not strong enough to keep an elephant from pulling it out if they wanted to. But since they've been told they can't, since they're very, very young, and you know, as a human being, that many of us suffer from some of this sometimes, is that you're told you can't do something, and if they put it in your brain enough, then you believe you can't do it. And I'm here to tell you, yes, you can. You just have to stop listening to that negative voice. But the point is that the reason I'm comfortable letting my dog run around without a leash in my fenced front yard, let me point that out, in my fenced front yard, is because as a little puppy, I trained her she couldn't get through the slats. So today she may poke her head through, but she doesn't fully believe she can get through. And it doesn't mean I leave her out in the front yard unattended. She is a little 10-pound dog. I leave no dog out front in my yard without me sitting in my yard to keep an eye on her. Because it's just, in my opinion, it's not a good idea. You know, they might see a squirrel, they might see another dog, something might attract them. And so I always watch her because she's very smart. And one day she may say, hey, I wonder if I do this at this point, can I try it? So I always have that word. And I know I'm going off on a tangent, but this is very important in your life as well, that if you've been conditioned a certain way, this could be your mindset and your belief. And that's why I'm here to tell you that I'm here to tell you you can do anything you put your mind to, but you just might need a good teacher to help you do that. And I'm happy to say I am one to help you realize your potential and why you deserve you to be at your full potential, and why you'll live longer if you have a sense of purpose and reach your full potential. See how I did that? But that's the deal. Um, so that's what I'm saying. So, but my husband is not comfortable with that because she did get out when she was a little puppy, and he chased her, and he was panicked, and she thought it was a game, as many puppies do, and he hurt himself, and his leg has never been quite the same, so he doesn't want to take that chance, and I fully get it. And then after dark, we always have my dog on a leash because, as you've noticed, after the pandemic, speak clearly, Terri. After the pandemic, many animals had free rein and they began to wander, i.e., the coyote, down into urban areas they never or rarely did, but now they do. And at dark, I want to have her on a short leash so that if something looks at her like a meal and decides to check her out, I can pull her to me quickly and fight off whatever it is. So I'm hoping never to do that, but she understands that at night the leash comes on. I do not let her roam around freely at night. It is too dangerous for her. And the last thing I want to see is doggy carnage as a coyote jumps from behind the bushes or a raccoon gets curious because my dog is this big. So raccoons are this big in my area. I haven't seen them recently, but I did see a giant, and I mean giant, skunk. So I don't know if the skunk would be afraid of my little dog. Think it's another skunk. I know the squirrels think maybe that's a big giant squirrel. So it's just one of these things that when you get a dog and you have a fur baby, some of the things you've got to be aware of. And then if you have your fur baby trained, be sure you're with your fur baby because this is what you may not understand. And I'm not assuming that you don't. But if you send your dog for training and you don't go with your dog learns very quickly. You may not. So this is very important to go with the trainer when training your dog and understand safety precautions because if you have a big dog and the big dog is 99.9% attentive to you, there is that 1% where they will see something and they will want to go check it out. And sometimes the mind just goes, bleh. So you have to have a word, much like when I am riding my horse. The word no, when you're training to ride your horse, those of you who horseback ride, the word no sounds too close to whoa. So you have to come out with a word that is something that comes from your body without you thinking. And no may not be that word. For me, it's ah, ah, ah. Okay, it comes out. If I see a dangerous situation approaching with my dogs, they know that means stop now, stop yesterday. Because danger, Will Robinson, danger, danger, danger. And they will stop. My horses would skid to a stop. My dogs skid to a stop. Because I work with my trainer to make this the word that means under no circumstances are you to proceed any further. And so why am I partaking this today? Because it's Labor Day and it's something that you may be out with your dogs. You may be walking your dogs. And just know that if your dog gets off leash, do not chase them. Just watch them. Means stop. If you approach and they walk, now, that may not be your word, but it's very important to have a word like this because the most wonderful, obedient dog, just like the most wonderful kids in the world, if you have children, there's that time when something happens and you've got to stop it, and no may not be the word that comes out of your mouth. So this has been a very interesting Terri TV today. I forgot to say, welcome to Terri TV. Okay, so I'm late with that. But it's just that this is what this channel is about. It's kind of what crosses my mind and things that I want to impart to you that I think are important for you to know as you walk through life, especially right now when the world seems so messed up in so many areas. That you can get wrapped up in the magma, and it doesn't necessarily give you that good feeling as you look at the news or you look at certain things and you go, really? Seriously? What? Are we ever going to get out of some of these magmas? Is the world gone crazy? Is everyone driving entitled? You know what I mean? So rather than get yourself wrapped up in all of that, this channel is for you to kind of escape from that and to realize that you have a life and you're special. Uh, you are a very, very special person out there, and you have the right. I want you to live your full life. And if you're feeling kind of sad and down, then, as I always say at the end of my broadcast, do something nice for someone else. This is not just a tag, guys. This is an actual philosophy that I live by. If I'm feeling down and I'm feeling sad, I work to help enrich someone else's life, because then that is like a wonderful magical wave that goes washes all over your body and allows you to enjoy it too. When you do something kind, a kindness for someone else, and it doesn't necessarily, let me say, have to cost money. All right, it's just calling someone you haven't called in a while, and I can think about 10 people right off the top of my head as I say that I should be putting. Maybe that's what I do today, is put a call into someone I haven't talked to in a while, like my Uncle Leon, who wants to know about my dad, and for some reason doesn't call my cousin his son. And I think one of the reasons he doesn't is because my cousin goes, I don't know, you know. My cousin's very busy too. So I'll give him a call today and give him an update. It's a good update. My dad is getting well and causing the hospital a few challenges, because as my dad pulls out of fighting infection, he becomes very, very task oriented. So he wants to get up and use the restroom. And of course, he has not been in any condition to be that strong in the legs. And he hasn't stood up in a while. So he falls as a result. So the hospital has had to work with that. Doctors have called me and said, whoa, you know, and I've said, that's my dad. You know, my dad's my hero, and is also my dad taught me a sense of adventure. I've always had it, and I always want you to know that it's never too late. You know, if you're sad, you know, the worst thing you can be is alone. And if you're feeling lonely and you're feeling sad, and I mean, lonely can take on all kinds of things. I think that is the killer for you. I think that's a thing that is a buzzkill, for lack of a better word. But more importantly, it starts to make you feel weight, like you feel like you're not standing up. You know, when you're happy, you stand tall, and you feel good. And so this is why I tell you about my tribe, because my tribe is all about discussing some of these dark things that you might be having in your life without getting dissed on this social media platform, because there are people out there, would you agree, that are here to just diss you just because it brings them pleasure. I'm sorry to hear that. People are out there like that, but they exist, guys. So we won't ignore them, but we just, you know, there's places, safe spaces behind walls, like my Patreon page, that you can say, I'm feeling this way and I'm feeling this way, and can I have help? And sometimes with my tribe, they don't necessarily come together live. They just help each other in the group. So we all know how to reach each other on and off. You see what I'm saying? So maybe I won't be the person that can help you, but there's someone in the tribe that you feel can help you get through that darkness. And we all hit dark spots at times, right? So that's what this page is about. This page is about living your best life. And I'm getting ready, I think, to restate my introduction on the page, because it was an epiphany when I watched I started to watch this show on Netflix. I realized that my Patreon page is what's happening while I watch this. It is a way to live your best life and therefore live longer, you know, but happy, live longer, not doing time on planet Earth, but having a good time on planet Earth, you know? So, yeah. So, where did that come from? I have a chance to relax on Labor Day because we shouldn't labor too much on Labor Day, I think. Anyway, I'm not telling you what to do. If you want to labor on Labor Day, that's your business and you can do it. And I'm also not going to say that I'm not fully not laboring on Labor Day. There's a few people that I want to reach out to, and I have a couple of obligations for my parents that I need to get done. And since I can't go to certain places today because they're closed, good for you, I'll get them done. It'll be, let's take a few of some loose ends and then kick back and, just enjoy the day as best you can. Joe Penny, wow, you're actually doing this live today. I was thinking you would take the day off. Joe, I have to be honest with you. I talked to my tribe on Friday, and many of them wanted me to just pop in. Thought it would be good. So I said I'll spend about, 45 minutes to an hour today, and then off I go. But hi, how are you? Happy Labor Day. Audrey, how are you, girl? I miss you on the tribe page, so I hope you can pop on that. Or maybe you're just you are across the continent, so I hope you pop in during the tribe times because we miss you over there. But it's good to see you, good to hear you, and I hope you heard that I'm going to be in Mississippi, so I hope that's near you, so that maybe in October you can make the trek and come and see me over there if you can't make the full trek to California. I know how much you guys who are on the East Coast love coming to the West Coast and vice versa. So if you can do it, I'd love to have you there, Audrey. Good morning, Terry and your fans. We love the Patreon page, AKA as the tribe. We really enjoy it. Try it. You'll like it. Yes, Bob. I don't know if I've said it before. All walks of life. It's not just Disney people. It's not just Disney centric. And this is because one time, one of the people who joined the tribe, she said to me during a Zoom call that she didn't have much to say because she didn't really have anything to say about Disney. And I said, well, the only way we can say things that are not Disney is if you speak up. A lot of times people will listen to the Zoom call like a radio show. Now, there's nothing wrong with this. Oh, I'll be glad when this is done. There's nothing wrong with this. But what is, you've got to speak up because as talented as we all are in the tribe, we don't read minds. I don't read minds. And so you have to bring to the table something that is fun for you. And then I learned something. We all learned something on the tribe. And this is what I've discovered with the tribe. So you take Bob Burdine and Rose and his family. They are very much purpose-driven people. They are all about giving, and they give very, very well. They give effortlessly. They never think twice about giving or coming to the aid of someone, be it a group or a person or whatever. They never, never, never have I heard them say no. If they can do it, they will do it. And so in the tribe, it's great to learn about how to do something nice for someone. And maybe you don't have money, or maybe you don't know, maybe you've never given yourself that way or done anything that way. And we can have conversations with Bob and Rose Burdine about what they do and how they do it. And it's been wonderful to learn about many of the things that they do to support organizations. And I mean, not monetarial. We know that if we give to a charity in a money way, that helps. We know this. But there are other ways if you don't have that ability, there are other ways for you to help. And this is where Bob and Rose Burdine have been very, very helpful on the tribe. And also, we have people who are into Lego. We have people who are into stamps. We have people that are into we have rocket scientists. We have all walks of life, people who are looking for a place to have a sense of purpose and help each other. They get excited about the tribe because they know they can be there, have conversations where they may need a little help with something, but they can always come and help each other. And it's absolutely fantastic. People as young as Audrey, who is a young creator herself, very talented, who has a father that loves Star Wars. We've got to see her dad, but I don't know that we've got to talk to your dad, have we, Audrey? Anyway, a wonderful girl, wonderful family, and also very giving, also very sunny, also very sparkling, and always a pleasure to talk to in the tribe. She always has something lovely to say, and she shares with us the things that she builds and creates that, quite frankly, have an attachment to Disney because Disney has bought. It's not necessarily a Disney thing. It's like, for example, Star Wars is a franchise that they bought, right? So now Star Wars is a Disney thing, which kind of blows your mind a little bit. But yeah, so it's not necessarily the same venue in Disney because Disney is got so many, like Marvelites were never necessarily Disneyites, but now they are because Marvel is a part of Disney, and there you go. But I learn a lot about Marvel because I'm not a Marvelite, and I learn about that. But what I do learn a lot is that if Disney just would ask you what is going on, whether you're into Star Wars, whether you're into Disney itself for the classics, or whether you're into Marvel or whatever you're into, if they just asked you, they could do a lot better than what they're doing. If they just asked you if you really want a live action remake of Snow White, they could have saved a lot of money and what it feels like a lot of headaches. And that's all I'm going to say about that today. But what I'm saying is, it seems to me to be a simple solution. Because as an artist, I think I'm successful in the Disney line because I ask people what they want. It's not hard. I can't know everything. I'm not a super brain, superhuman. I'm a human being, and it's best to ask people. And when I started and talked about the elephant, I like to talk to you about the character that you love. It's easier than looking at a book. A few years back, I did my first kinetic sculpture, which was Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. I got that because I talked to you guys, mostly my tribe, but then we brought it to you in the public. Always starts first in the tribe, honestly. But there you go. Ask. If you're when in doubt, ask. It's so simple. At least I do. If you disagree, feel free to chat me up. Okay? John, how are you? How do you actually look younger? Again, a life of purpose. And I know you have this too, John. John is an amazing music. Wait, I'd say music analyst. Wouldn't I say, John? Music therapist, music teacher, music enlightening person. And I hope that's going very, very well. Please don't give up, John, because from the very first day I met you, I believed in your mission. And although it's been, in some cases, rocky road for you, I remember we discussed this a few years ago, I hope it's leveling out. And for just $5 a month, I'd love for you to join the tribe. I think you would really be a great asset to it. So patreon.com/Terri Hardin, and maybe we can help you if you're having a few bumps in the road as your mission, but you have a definite mission. And that's the other thing. We work hard to help each other get to where we need to go. This to give you a leg up. You do this to help someone up. We do that a lot there. Yeah, we do it. We go, hey, let us help you, and that's what we do. So, gosh, it's good to see you today, John. Happy Labor Day. Hello, Joe, darling. Thanks for suggesting seeing a classic film today. Terry, Disney's Cinderella 1950 just came out in 4K. I know. And people say, Joe, it's not to be believed. It is so dazzlingly beautiful that I'm looking forward to seeing it. And Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs 1937 arrives next month on 4K UHD. And yeah, two amazing movies. I just can't imagine someone saying anything negative about these two films. It's just not in my DNA. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Good heart, big heart. Yep. It's my favorite thing in the world. I realize my mission is to make you realize your worth in life. Not that I have any, super keys about it, But I do really believe that if you're being told something different, you're you're reading the wrong book, or you're listening to the wrong record. You're watching the wrong film. There you go. Paul says, "Good morning, Terri. Happy Labor Day. I'm glad to hear your COVID is in the rearview mirror." Yeah. Now, if I could just get this to stop driving me crazy. I hate steroids. Anyway, I'm one of those people that's just so odd. I react to things that differently than most. It could be because I'm mixed. I don't know. But like, for example, people used to say, "I see you wear glasses. Maybe you want to consider LASIK," but I can't because my astigmatism. I'm one in 2 million people that has most of my astigmatism in my lens and not in my eyeball. Don't even go there. And now, being older, I don't know. I like my glasses. I think they're cool. I'm not so sure about not wearing glasses. I just like them. I think I look better with them. Thank you, Paul. Good to see you. Always a pleasure, always a joy. And you're reminding me, I wrote to Patty about the show and sale this October, and I had asked her a question, and I don't know if she emailed me back. So I'm going to follow up on the email to Patty today. It's not really work, but it is something that I got to keep on, because before you know it, the way you guys are so popular, things could just disappear, and they could have disappeared already. But thank you, Paul. You just reminded me that, and that was really special. Mike, good morning. Terri, how are you today? Happy Labor Day. I was thinking about you and your parents. Thank you for doing that, Mike. I appreciate it. My dad is doing very, very well. And so he's actually got the infection has gone down quite a bit, and so my father's coming back. I think I told you that in some cases, when you're fighting infection, the body shuts down things you don't need, like talking to the outside world. You talk, but sometimes you're not with you very. It's hard to tell you. Your words don't form properly because your whole body, everything in your entire being, from the top of your head to the tip of your toes, is fighting this terrible infection. And so people have been worried about my father, asking me what caregiving I had for him before. And I said, none. He used to drive. He drives to see my mother in the convalescent hospital. So it's been that kind of a, tennis match, 15 love, game set match. So now he's the infection is getting less and less, and so he's coming back, and the first thing he does is get up to get out to go to the bathroom, and it's been challenging for doctors. So they have created this bumper pad situation in my dad's bed to keep him from getting out and hurting himself, and then a small tether, not like a big restraint, we're not talking something crazy, but enough to make him hesitate long enough that nurses can get in and explain to him, not yet. Not yet. So that's looking up. For me, that's really good news, because it means the infection is going away. So keep praying, and thank you for that. I really appreciate your good wishes. With that, my friends, like I said, between 45 minutes and an hour, I'm right in the middle of it. Happy Labor Day with all my love, all my good wishes for you. Remember, if you're in a dark world, don't sit there and wallow in it. Get out, get up, and help somebody. It's going to make you feel better. It's just going to rain on you. You don't know the magic until you've tried it. It will just be life-changing for you, and you'll realize that being human to humans is really a blessing only humans can do. So I love you guys. Happy Labor Day. I love you having in my life. I want to thank you for subscribing to my channel. I want to thank you for tuning in, even if you haven't subscribed. I want to thank you for being who you are and continuing to have a positive attitude. And if you don't, you know where to find me right here. You can ask the question over here. And if you really, really want that one-on-one, arm-in-arm camaraderie, consider $5 a month and the tribe, because it really is a very special place. And I want to continue to let you know that there are places, safe havens, groups that are about only making you feel better. And that is the mission of Terri's Tribe. So I hope you'll go to the Patreon page and check it out. Okay? All right. Hugs and kisses to you. Happy Labor Day. Thank you, Leslie, for that happy Labor Day. Yes, you are percent. You are 100% right. We all have challenges being 90% disabled. I understand. There you go. And Bob is one of the most joyful, Bob and Rose are two of the most joyful people that I know. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Really, seriously, a group of people whose mission is if you get him hit with a bunch of lemons, you just make yourself a good old batch of lemonade and consider yourself off for the day. Okay? Hugs and kisses. We'll talk soon. Do something nice. Here it comes. Do something nice for someone else. It will. I promise you, it will make you feel a whole lot better. Hugs and kisses. Have a lovely holiday. And I'll see you next Monday. I don't think I'll get to see you Friday, but if I can, I will. Okay? If I don't, though, be good. Have a good weekend. And I'll see you a week from today. Bye for now.